In this fourth episode, the story begins with the children continuing to ride their bicycles to the police station to meet the chief. They take the photos they captured the night before to show him, but when he examines them, he sees nothing. All the photos appear normal with nothing strange in them. Only the very last photo looks like something they identify as a clown, but the police examine it and think the kids are just making things up. The police claim it is just a gravestone. Lily insists it is clearly a clown and asks why they see something else. The police then warn them not to insult the authorities like that, saying if they don't want to stay at the station overnight, they should stop. They also threaten to charge the kids with providing false evidence and warn them to stop interfering in police business. Afterward, the kids return and meet at the school volleyball court. They talk about what they saw with their own eyes last night, noting it was as terrifying as a movie. Thinking about it, those spirits had the chance to end their lives, but they didn't. They only came out to make them feel terror. Will says that in Derry, there must be a story related to all of this. Ronnie asks Lily if her mother, who was born and raised here, ever mentioned or spoke about these strange things. Lily says never, and even when she asks, her mother refuses to answer. But suddenly, Lily remembers someone who might be able to give them answers. The scene then cuts to Lily talking to the woman she spoke with at the hospital. The woman says that when she was young, she knew of news about children disappearing in this area, which caused great pain to the families. Their disappearances happened at night, and some people thought they just ran away to find something better. The scene cuts to Will's house. His mother is sitting and reading the newspaper when she hears a knock at the door. She goes to look and sees Mrs. Rose and her nephew bringing the items Will's mother bought the day she went to the shop. Will's mother invites Mrs. Rose in for coffee. They sit and talk for a while, and Mrs. Rose asks if Will's husband is busy working at the groundwater excavation site. She replies that her husband is always busy and rarely at home. Then Sharon, Will's mom, asks Mrs. Rose a question about the story of the cinema where the kids went missing. Just hearing it, Mrs. Rose says it is a terrifying story. But she says one thing: Derry is a beautiful place, but things happen in cycles, and she should take good care of the people she loves around her. She adds that if Sharon needs to talk more, she can call her personal number. Next, the scene shows Holleran's group of soldiers driving to an old house they want to set up as their personal recreation spot. These soldiers really like to have fun, especially drinking. The scene continues with Lily sitting in class. She sees her old friend trying to talk to her and stealing glances from a distance, appearing to show guilt for cutting Lily off because she didn't want trouble with the bullies. But it looks like Lily cannot forgive her friend yet. Then, Will is seen riding his bike home in a hurry. He goes into his room and opens a book box as if looking for something, but he can't find it. Suddenly, his mother walks in holding a few photos and asks, "Are you looking for these, honey? What are you hiding? Tell me the truth, don't lie to me." They sit and talk, and Will tells his mother that Ronnie is his friend. She is trying to find justice for her father, saying her father didn't do bad things, and Will believes her. He and his other friends made a plan to help her, but they encountered something strange and terrifying. He says with tears that something came out of the darkness and followed them. They had a camera ready to capture those scary things to prove the truth. His mother tries to comfort him, telling him not to be afraid, to go to school normally, and never to tell his father about this. In the evening, Will's family is eating dinner together. His father tries to ask about his studies since moving here. Suddenly, his mother teases that Will has a girl in his heart at school. Hearing this, Will immediately gets shy. His father says not to be shy, it's normal. Will then hurries up to his room. His mother tells her husband, "Are you free this weekend? Take our son out for some recreation." In the next scene, Will and his father, Hanlon, are out fishing at a stream. His father is joking and teasing him about the girl he likes, making Will very shy. After a bit, his father tells him to stand and fish there while he goes to the truck to get more bait. When his father is gone, Will sees a fish swimming nearby. As he leans down to look, a hand suddenly reaches out and pulls him into the water. He sees that it is his father in the water pulling him down, even though his real father is at the truck getting bait. Hearing his son's strange voice, the father rushes back and sees Will submerged. He runs in to pull him out and asks what happened. Will says, "Dad, you were the one who pulled me into the water." His father is confused, saying he just came from the truck. But what surprises him is that his son's hand has a strange wound. Will says, "In this town, there is definitely something strange." Suddenly, they see a red balloon floating strangely on the water. This means IT is present. Meanwhile, Sharon, Will's mother, goes to the police station to meet the chief who arrested Ronnie's father. She talks about the kids trying to find the truth to clear Ronnie's father's name, adding that the chief arrested the man based only on suspicion without clear evidence. The chief says if she came to talk about that criminal, there is no chance. She asks if she can at least go in to talk to him, but the chief refuses, saying only relatives or those with permission from relatives can visit. She then leaves. Later, she tries to find the man's home address and meets his mother. The grandmother thinks Sharon is a lawyer, but Sharon explains she is Will's mother, a friend of her granddaughter, and is trying to find a way to help Ronnie's father. The grandmother says that on the night of the incident, her son was at home, yet others claim they saw him outside. Sharon says even if he was outside, it doesn't mean he committed the act. The grandmother says, "Of course, I believe in my son." Sharon then raises a doubt. The place was a cinema, not a house. Why did all those children go there? It is very strange. Meanwhile, Halloran's group is setting up the old warehouse for their party. Suddenly, Halloran goes outside to get more supplies and feels something through a special psychic sense. He sees a woman standing in front of him calling him baby and telling him to bring her back to life. Suddenly, a car horn wakes him up. It is Hanlon. After greeting each other, Hanlon asks Halloran a question. "I went fishing with my son today. While I went to get bait, something attacked him. The strange thing is, he said it was me who attacked him from the water. At first, I didn't believe him, but I saw the wound on his hand. He said Derry has an evil thing." He asks Halloran if, with his special abilities, he knows anything about this place, as Halloran always seems to know things he shouldn't. Halloran says he knows nothing and walks away. Later, Will and all the kids meet at their secret rooftop. Will tells them about what happened with his father at the fishing spot, how his father pulled him into the water in a dangerous way, like the Korean War his father went through. Will says that these evil beings, according to his thoughts and what they all faced, always try to create fear in them first before attacking to end their lives. A friend asks why they need to scare them first. Lily continues that although they aren't sure if Maddie is gone, he told her he saw something strange like they did before he disappeared. Phil and Ted said the same. Will concludes that the monsters start by creating fear to gather strength from that fear so they can truly manifest and take their lives. His friend says, "According to your theory, they want to eat us." This makes everyone terrified. But Ronnie says if that's the case, they can stop the monsters by not being afraid at all. Suddenly, Lily remembers a good solution. She opens a box of medicine and they ask what it is. She says she stole it from her mother. She gives them each one and says she saw her mother use this when she was tired of her guests. Her mother said this medicine could make fear or stress go away quickly. They think this might help. Will says he guesses more strange things will happen soon and hopes they can face the monster. Afterward, Lily goes to class as usual. She sees the girl who bullies her looking at Lily's old friend with a strange look, as if forcing her to do something. Lily's old friend tries to call her and apologize, saying she knows she was wrong and wants to invite Lily to eat lunch together. Just the two of them. Lily agrees. The scene shows Sharon returning to the police station. Coincidentally, her friend Rose sees her driving in. Actually, Sharon is bringing the permission letter from the grandmother to the chief so she can talk to Ronnie's father. When she goes in and gives the letter to the officers, they act like they don't care. Even with the letter, they refuse until she uses her status as the wife of a high-ranking soldier, saying she will call her husband to tell his superiors. The officers then let her in. When she gets inside, she tells the man she is the mother of his daughter's friend and is trying to help him get out of custody, but first, he must explain clearly where he was that night. He still won't say. It seems there is a secret. She says if he won't talk, no one can help him. Finally, he admits that night he was with a woman in secret. Sharon asks if it was a married woman, and he says not only was she married, but she was a white woman. Hearing this, Sharon is shocked and pressured. This means in that era, there was still racial discrimination. White people were not supposed to have relationships with black people. The man says if anyone finds out, it would be a huge problem for the woman, so he would rather stay in jail than speak. This makes it very hard for Sharon to find a way to help him. Next, Commander Francis is in his office talking to his subordinates. Suddenly, he sees a document. No one knows who put it there, showing photos of local indigenous youth watching them from a distance at the dig site. The commander says they might have to let them in and invites them. The scene shows Lily eating and talking with her old friend who came to apologize. Lily is not sitting with her new group, which makes the group look at her strangely. Her old friend tries to apologize, saying she didn't want to lose the friendship and only did those things to avoid being bullied herself. But the bullying group is looking at the old friend and laughing. It seems everything the old friend is doing is part of their plan to hurt Lily. Suddenly, the school's handsome boy comes to talk to Lily and then leaves strangely. The old friend acts surprised and praises Lily, saying the handsome boy might be in love with her. This makes Lily lose control of her emotions and feel very happy. Lily goes to the restroom to fix her appearance. When she is gone, the bullying group comes to talk to the old friend, saying they must continue the plan to embarrass Lily in front of the whole school. It turns out the old friend didn't mean the apology. she was just following orders. In the restroom, Lily is getting ready. Her friend walks in and tries to put some powder on Lily's face, saying she wants her to look prettier, but Lily says she needs to use the toilet first. When Lily is inside, the friend shows sadness, feeling guilty for betraying Lily again because she is afraid of being bullied. She is about to tell Lily the truth, but suddenly, the girl's eyes start to change strangely. Her eyes start growing outward in a terrifying way. She tries to run out into a school construction room and tries to lean her strange eyes toward a cutting machine to cut them off. Seeing this, Lily runs to stop her but is too late. They fall to the ground. Lily tries to stop her from continuing, but suddenly, everyone runs in. They see Lily sitting on top of the friend, while the friend has a wound on one eye. It looks as if Lily attacked her own friend, causing everyone to misunderstand. When Sharon returns home, her husband asks why she went to the police station, as his friend Rose saw her. She says the man accused of the cinema crime denies doing it, and his daughter is their son's friend. Hanlon tells her not to bring trouble upon herself. She argues that there are problems everywhere, and this is the country he risks his life as a soldier to protect. She is just defending justice. He says he is worried about her and that he came to work here for an important reason and doesn't want her to have problems. She says he doesn't need to worry. At night, Will is sleeping in his room when he remembers the bad thing at the fishing spot. He can't sleep, so he looks through the telescope his father bought him. At first, he looks at the sky, but then he decides to look at a neighbor walking on the street. Suddenly, he sees something strange standing near a tree. It looks like a clown staring at him terrifyingly. He screams throughout the house. His parents run in and find him terrified in the corner. He tells them he saw a strange man like a clown through the telescope. His father goes outside to look but sees no one. However, he is surprised to see a red balloon nearby, just like the one at the water earlier. Finally, Commander Francis calls Hanlon to the interrogation room to watch a teenage boy who was arrested. He is Mrs. Rose's nephew, who has been helping in her shop. He was part of the group spying on the military digging. Halloran enters the room to interrogate him. He doesn't speak but puts his hand on the boy's head. Both of them start acting strange. Halloran enters a vision of the past. He disguises himself as Auntie Rose to talk to the boy, Daniel, asking if he remembers the stories of the monsters in the forest. Daniel says he remembers and describes a monster named Gielu. The legend says millions of years ago, a meteorite hit the forest and released spirits. They lived in the trees. The tribe's protectors used meteorite fragments to make weapons to fight the spirits. The monster changes its body according to each person's fear. The more afraid you are, the more power it has. Fighting it is very dangerous with a low chance of winning. It attacked people constantly until the tribe used stones from the meteorite to perform a ceremony, trapping it in the forest. But that was only a temporary solution. The monster could return. When Daniel finishes the story, he realizes it was a trick by Halloran. The boy points forward, and the image shows a house. He says, in front of that pole right there. This is the end of chapter 4. If you enjoyed this recap and want to see the next chapter, don't forget to subscribe for the next installment.